and talk about what's going on in South Korea. So apparently there is a presidential candidate there who is now using NFTs to raise funds for his campaign, which is kind of interesting. So Lee Jae-myung is preparing to use NFTs to raise money in a bid to appeal to millennials, which seems kind of interesting. Part of me is like, oh, well, this is just another politician trying to show that they're hip and using technology and please vote for me. But Lee has actually said some pretty interesting things about NFTs, about technology, about embracing it. Lee said it's high time that we undertake innovative experiments to enhance our understanding of these future technologies and change perceptions of digital currencies and NFTs. Seems pretty bullish on the crypto space in general. So that makes me actually a little more exciting than someone who doesn't really understand the rhetoric and is kind of parroting a lesser version of it. But I'd love your thoughts. Will, I'm going to throw to you. What did you think about all this?
Well, the first thing I thought was I really don't understand South Korea's presidential election deal. I don't know if this guy is like important or not, so that would be some good context. Maybe Jen can throw some light on there since you've done reporting and lived there for a bit. I'd also say that the NFT play actually kind of makes a little sense, but there could be backlash to this. If you see like all the brands that issue NFTs, there's a ton of backlash against that. I think like Pepsi and some beer companies did it. Tons of backlash. I'm wondering if he gets backlash for trying to like culturally appropriate, if you will, something that like millennials and like people in their 20s are using. Doubt that happens, but it'll be interesting to see. Jen, I'm going to throw it to you though, because I am interested to know, is this guy like, is he kind of a top candidate or is he just trying to get himself up into the top candidates?
I actually can't really tell you any information about how the politics in South Korea work. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Naomi, do you know before I give my take on the story? I think that he is important. I think he's the presidential candidate for the
pretty cool.
Well, he's the Democratic Party presidential candidate. Let me Google Democratic Party while you chat, Ben.
Okay, while you do that, I'll chat. I thought this was really interesting, given that in September, South Korea really cracked down on exchanges. I remember a whole bunch of exchanges had to shut down in September last year. I think only about 20 of them got the approval to move on in the process to get a license to be able to offer South Koreans access to the exchange. And so I thought this was really interesting. If the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party is looking to appease to millennials and Gen Z through crypto and NFTs, I would love to hear what his stance is on crypto exchanges operating in South Korea and what his stance is on privacy. Because when that crackdown happened, it was really all about paying your taxes and KYC and the government having full kind of purview into what retail investors are doing with crypto. So I would love to hear more about that. I think the millennial and Gen Z voters, especially in South Korea, are a little bit more switched on, and I hope that those questions are asked in the election process. But Naomi, were you able to find anything?
So, I mean, the Democratic Party of Korea is really big. They have like half the seats thereabouts. There's like 4 million members. But this person's name doesn't pop up. So I presume that this is like a primary and he's contending for like the position to lead this party. So it's unclear how large he is in particular, but the party that he is a part of is larger. But I will say, like on the note, like, Will, did you honestly bring up like the cultural appropriation? Because like young people like
Triggered.
Use NFT and this guy, like I'm so triggered right now. I don't even know what to say that.
Look like there's
a barrier to entry on this technology. Old people and young people are free to use it. You have my blessing. Please ignore Will.
It's just optics.
Anyway,
it's just optics. People respond to things differently.
So is virtue signaling about cultural appropriation stuff. So I'm going to throw it to Zach.
I don't disagree. I was asking the question. But I'm probably right.
No, just kidding. I got three things.
That's how we're starting 2022.
Control. Get off the screen. All right. Anyway, first thing. Well timed to the Samsung announcement, mind you. Samsung being a South Korean multinational. Boom. Well done. 2. I hope they choose the hometown team for this one and go with Terra, because Terra is popping in Korea and the Terra NFT scene is also emerging. So I hope these NFTs are issued on that network. I don't know if that detail was in there, but I'd be curious to know on which blockchain these will be supported. And 3, I want the Sash one. Did you guys see the Sash one? That is definitely the highest rarity NFT. The one with the sash
There's
on
a sash
in those pictures. Just cycle through the pictures again. There's
Sash for the
one that caught
hash?
my eye where he's got a little sash
Sash
on. He's
for the
looking very
hash.
cool. That one looks rare. I want that one when it's
Control.
minted. That's all I'm saying. All right. That's it.
Control doesn't want
The
Yeah.
first day back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fired up, man. 2020.
Oh,
There
There
it
we
is.
go. There's the
Oh.
stash.
There we
Yes.
go.
That is
That's
it right
nice.
now. That's
Whoa,
that base
double
rarity. Now
image.
that one. Yes. There it is. Boom.
All
Love
right,
that
we're
one.
gonna
I like
get
his
that
glasses.
NFT for Zach.
Don't know what it says, but I'm copping that when it comes out.